Good morning everyone. I am back with the next video of verbs, and in this video we will study about the remaining parts of verbs. So let's start. So as in the last video, in the first video, we talked about two types of verbs, that is transitive and intransitive. Now in this video we will again discuss about another two types of verbs, that are finite verb and non-finite verb. And non-finite verb is further categorized into three parts: infinitives, gerund and participle. So today we will talk about only finite and non-finite, and the other three parts of non-finite that we will discuss later. So let's start. So what do you understand by finite verbs? A verb which is limited by the number or the person of its subject and also on the tense of the subject. The form of verb depends on its subject. So if there is any verb which is limited by the number which is limited by the number of the person of subject and also the tense, and if it depends on the subject, then that verb is called finite verb. Means if there will be any finite verb, then it will depend on the subject, the number, the tense. Like they play football. In this one you can see the red word, that is verb. Now here you can see they, the subject is plural, so we have written the verb also in plural form. But next one, he plays football. Now the subject is singular, so we have written the verb also singular. Now you can see in both the sentences we have used the same verb, but according to the number of the subject, the verb changed its form. So as it depended on the number of the subject, so it is finite verb. Next one, you are playing football. This is a sentence of present tense. Now another one, she was playing football. This sentence is of past tense. So as the sentence changed from present to past, so the form of the verb also changed. Are playing, then was playing. So in this example, the verb was dependent on the tense of the sentence. So again it is finite verb. Next one is infinite verb, or you can say non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs do not change their form even when the person or the number of the subject changes, nor on the tense of the sentence. Means if there is any non-finite verb, then it will not depend on the number of the person, subject or the tense. For example, I want to eat something delicious. Now to eat is the verb. She wants to eat something delicious. Now we have same verbs in both the sentences. See, the first one is they, plural, but she is singular. Still the verb remains unchanged. Then again, as the verb remain unchanged, the words that are written in red color, that remain unchanged, so we can say it is non-finite verb. Next one, he wants to play football. They want to play football. Again you can see the verbs are same. The verbs are same, but you can see the subject he is singular and they plural. As the subject changed, but the verb didn't change, and as there was no effect on the verb, then it will be called non-finite verb. So in simple language you can say that finite verbs depend upon the person, number, subject, tense, and non-finite verbs don't depend on person, number, subject, tense. So if you find any verb that is dependent on the number of the person, that is dependent on the subject, that is dependent on the tense, then that is finite, and if it is not dependent, then it is non-finite verb. Now we will move to next part of verbs, that is helping verbs. Next kind of verb, helping verbs. So What is the work of helping verb? Helping verbs help the main verb express action or state of being. Means it does the work of helping the main verb. Like we have eaten. Here have is helping verb and eaten is main verb. And what is helping verb doing? It is denoting the action or state of being, and they are used together to express the action. It is compulsory that they both should be used together. Now, helping verbs have no meaning on their own, and as it has no meaning on its own, that's why it needs partner, and its partner is main verb. That's why I told you that these two are used together. If there will be no main verb after helping verb, then the meaning of the helping verb will be nothing. They are necessary for the grammatical structure of a sentence, but they do not tell us very much alone. So helping verb is used to form the grammatical structure of a sentence, but they are of no use when they are alone. Next, we usually use helping verbs with main verbs. They help the main verb which has the real meaning. So it is used with main verbs. Why? Because it denotes the state of action, and it can't be used alone, because if it will be used alone, then it will be called having no meaning, and it forms the grammatical structure of a sentence. Now there are total 15 helping verbs in English, and that 15 are further divided into two basic groups. So total we have 15 verbs, and they are further divided into two basic groups. The first group is named as primary helping verbs, and they are 3. Means total we have 15, and from that 3 are called primary helping verbs. Means the other 12 are in the another group. So first we will learn about the 3. These are the verbs to be, to do, and to have. So the 3 primary helping verbs are called verb to be, verb to do, and verb to have. Now, what are these verb to do, verb to do, verb to have? So verb to be means is, am, are, was, were, be, been, been. And verb to have means has, have, had. Verb to do means do, does, did. Means these are the helping verbs that come under the 3 groups, the 3 primary helping verbs. Now, as I said that if you will use any helping verb alone, then it will have no meaning. It will be meaningless, because it needs the support of main verb. But we can use these helping verbs, or you can say these total helping verbs, as main verb. If we construct any sentence using these as a main verb, then we can say that it has a meaning. Like I have a pen. If I will say I have a pen, so here you can find that there is no verb in this sentence, no main verb in this sentence. We have I, that is pronoun, that is subject, a pen, that is noun, that is object. Only the word that remained is have, and have you can see belongs to this group, and this is helping verb. But as there is no main verb in this sentence, so here have is acting as main verb. What's the use of all these helping verbs? That we will discuss in the next video. This is just the introduction of the verbs, the helping verbs. The other 10 are modal helping verbs. The other 10 are called modal helping verbs, or you can say modals, or you can say modal verbs. They are used to modify the meaning of the main verb. A modal helping verb expresses necessity or possibility and changes the main verb in that sense. So modal helping verbs does the work of modifying the main verb, and it is used to express certainty, possibility, necessity, and so and so. As I told you that there are total 10 modals. So what are these? We will look at that. These are the total modal verbs. First one is can, then could, then may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, and ought to. So these are the 10 modal helping verbs, or you can say modal verbs or modals. So that's all for today. In the next part, we will discuss about the features of all the helping verbs. Thank you, students.